Anti-red flag gun seizure laws. What are these? How do they work? And why do we need them here in Missouri? Here's some quick facts. Red flag gun seizures are absolutely unconstitutional. They allow a liberal judge to order the seizure of your firearms before you've ever been convicted of a crime. We've stopped them for a long time here in Jeff City, but it got that much harder because just last year, Joe Biden passed a bill giving him $750 million to bribe the states into passing red flag laws. What's our solution? We're pushing bills this year to ban red flag laws altogether here in Missouri and ban the use of federal dollars to enforce them. And if some jurisdiction tries to violate this law, we're putting major civil penalties in the bill so you can hold them accountable directly. Guys, get involved in this fight. Help us tell Joe Biden that red flag laws are rejected here in Missouri. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. That was the summary. Now I want to take a little more time and explain the context on this bill and why it's so important that we pass it this year here in Missouri. You know, most folks know what a red flag gun seizure law is, but just in case you don't, I wanted to define these for you first. Red flag gun seizures allow almost anybody. It could be a local law enforcement officer. It could also be an ex-spouse who hates your guts. It could be a liberal aunt who lives in California who you haven't seen for decades. It allows them to file a complaint with the court alleging that you might be dangerous. The evidence can be anything, including the recent purchase of a firearm. It's totally open for abuse. And when the judge gets these complaints, they will issue the seizure order. There's no conservative judges left at the local level here in Missouri. They will issue that seizure order, and that will order local law enforcement to go to your home and seize every firearm you own, every round of ammo you possess before you have been arrested, charged, or convicted of anything. It's the end of due process here in Missouri, here in America, because you're losing your rights and you're losing your property having never been convicted of a crime. It's insane. Now, we've stopped these for years here in Missouri, and normally I have a high confidence we can stop them again going forward, but things are different now. Last year, Joe Biden passed a major gun control bill that gave him and the DOJ $750 million to use in bribing states that pass red flag gun seizure laws. They can straight up give a check to the state for tens of millions of dollars as long as they pass red flag laws. Now, we have beat the rhinos here in Missouri into submission for quite a few years when it comes to this kind of legislation. But if the DOJ is sitting there offering a check for 30, 40, 50, 60 million dollars, all bets are off. So we have a couple of different choices. We can sit back and wait and watch if this bill comes up and then pounce on that bill at that time, or more our style, we can go on offense and work to flat out ban red flag laws here in Missouri. And that's the approach that we're taking. Senator Bill Eigel and Representative Maisie Boyd are filing legislation for us that would ban red flag laws from the state level, federal level, and judicial level here in Missouri. And it would specifically ban the use of federal money to enforce them here in Missouri. Now, we all know how this works. St. Louis, Kansas City, even Columbia and Springfield, they all have a God complex, and they believe they are above the constraints and the authority of the General Assembly. We can certainly see a scenario where St. Louis, as an example, tries to bypass this legislation and grab direct money from Uncle Sam to enforce or try to push red flag laws at the city level in St. Louis. And that's why our bill is going to have civil penalties built into it. This is the same approach we used with SEPA in 2021. So if the St. Louis City PD tries to enforce a judicial order with red flag laws using federal money to enforce it, you can take them into civil court for damages. And folks, these are much higher damages. SEPA's damages was a $50,000 cap per incident. With this, we're raising the stakes to $250,000 per incident because we have to have a higher pain threshold when they're receiving tens of millions of dollars from the DOJ to do this. So again, the short version is we're going to flat out ban them here in Missouri. and we're going to put teeth in this bill, folks. And we're going to send a message to Joe Biden that you might pass red flag laws in New York, in Connecticut, in Florida. But by God, Missouri is where red flag laws go to die. Guys, join that fight. Get involved. Go to joinmofc.com and join up today and stand with us. The fight's upon us. It's time to go.